Good morning, everyone. Let's take a few moments before the service to just center ourselves, set our intentions for the day, and just take a nice, slow breath.
Everyone, what a beautiful day to come together, right? Just take a quick moment, just very briefly, and say good welcome to someone next to you. Just welcome, glad you're here. And then let us return. I am delighted that you're here. If you're visiting for the very first time, please join us afterwards in the fellowship hall, which is to the left of me here, and have some coffee and tea with us and get an opportunity to get to know us on this beautiful day. And if you're watching online, thank you for joining us. It's always a delight to know that as we live stream these services, there are people who are watching it. So thank you for your support and your love, and we are all in this place of oneness. So we have a really wonderful service that has been blessed with lots of prayers, and I know that you have come on such a day to receive something really special. Before we light the Christ candle, I want to acknowledge our guest musician, Mark Ruskin, who is with us. Most of you know him. Welcome. Let me share just a little bit about him. Mark was raised in the heart of the Mississippi Delta in Greenville, influenced by jazz, blues, and the classics. He started the ukulele at 7, the guitar at 11, and majored in tuba, leaving him with a love with almost every genre of music. He plays with multiple groups from rock, jazz, blues, beach, to country and bluegrass, as well as solo acts and duos and trios. Mark teaches guitar and ear training. It is a great joy to welcome Mark as he ministers to us in music today. Welcome, Mark. And so we're about ready to begin our service. And as we light this Christ candle, I invite you to say our affirmation of oneness with me. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in our lives. God, the good, omnipotent. And would you say with me our vision and mission statement? Centered in God, we embrace a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our mission statement: to inspire positive change in our spiritual lives and in our world. And now Hampton will lead us in our congregational song, so would you all please stand?
I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. And if you ask me who am I am wisdom, I am light, I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. And if you ask me what am I am beauty, I am joy, I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker
Who thinks the thoughts that changes the things that change my life? I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life.
Good morning. The word for today is joy. Based on the scripture, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Joy fills my heart and warms my soul. Today, I will view the world through eyes of joy. This mindful practice will make even the most ordinary things seem special, and the things I may have taken for granted seem fresh and new. Even the energy I bring to my relationships will be imbued with harmony and peace. I will feel lighter, kinder, and more connected to the people in my life when I commit to living with joyful intention. Moments of frustration, disagreements with others, and disappointments may disturb my equilibrium for a time, but will not rob me of my joy. I honor God each time I share my joy. As I bless myself by feeling joyful, I bring more love, more peace, and more happiness to the world. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Psalm 118:24.
Good morning. I'm a working musician. That's kind of an oxymoron. And this is early for me, so if you feel compelled, please join in. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun. I say it's all right. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun. I say it's all right. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun. I say it's all right. It's all right. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun. I say it's all right. It's all right. Well, thank you.
Sunny day. At this time of the service, our prayer chaplains are going to do the healing prayer. As you all know, our prayer chaplains are available to pray with you right after the service, right here to my right in the prayer chapel. They will have one-on-one prayer with you. If you want to, instead, to fill a prayer request slip, there's one in front of one of the chairs in front of you, and you can fill it out, put it here, or in the prayer box that's in the foyer. And so in the back of the room, we have a prayer chaplain holding a high watch, so we are being embraced by the beautiful prayers of love and light that fill this place. So turn it over to you now.
Oh, so in this moment, I invite you to take a breath with me and feel the in-breath and feel the out-breath. Your body is relaxing with this breath. And if you're comfortable to do so, I invite you to close your eyes. And as we open our hearts and they soften, we are open to receive and to give. And we feel that ice melting as the sun shines upon our hearts. And in this moment, we receive the healing that we ask for. and for each of the dear ones whose names appear in our prayer boxes. We say a special prayer of healing for their highest and best good. Healing for grief, for the feeling of lack, for anxiety of any kind, physical, emotional, or spiritual problems. We affirm the light of that indwelling presence shining upon them and melting them away. Affirming wholeness, which is always there, waiting for us to claim it. For our many blessings, especially the blessing of knowing who we are and whose we are, we say thank you. And we walk in gratitude for these blessings. We say amen.
There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden where God's grace blooms. There is a garden where everything grows, a beautiful garden where love is sown. And in this place of light and love, you can have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. And in this place of light and love, you can have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. Such a beautiful garden. That garden is you.
I invite you now to get as comfortable as you can right where you are. Perhaps place your feet on the ground and let your hands rest on your lap. And gently close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. If not, leave them open. Does not matter. Just begin to relax your body. And as you do, bring your awareness to your breath. A beautiful, perfect breath of life that flows through you and blesses everything within you. The breath of life that is God. Take a nice, deep, cleansing breath in. And as you release, allow yourself to relax even more. Just letting that gentle breath move in and out at its own pace. There's nothing to do right now. Nowhere to go. Just to be fully present in this moment. Feeling presence. Now with your imagination, envision before you a large, beautiful wooden door. It's framed with a wall of bricks. And on these bricks, there is the vines that are covering it. See it in your mind's eye. On the other side of that door is a hidden garden. The inner garden of your life. So walk to the door and open it. And as you step in, notice how beautiful this garden is. Notice the fragrance of all the flowers that are growing there. Somehow, as you walk in and begin to walk through this hidden garden, you feel a sense of oneness, a sense of belonging, a sense that everything is well. You rejoice as you notice the flowers and the trees all reaching up to the sun. You marvel at the beautiful colors and the butterflies that are roaming there. The breeze is gentle. As you walk a little further, you begin to feel a deep sense of peace. A peace that seems to pass all understanding. Restful, peaceful, a sense of belonging and loved in this garden. Just take a moment to take it all in. Take it all in right now. Noticing everything. With each breath, filling yourself with joy. As you marvel in how beautiful this garden has become. And down the path, you notice that there is a plot of land that has nothing on it. You walk to it, and you realize that this is where you are to plant the worries that are in your heart. Bury them into the soil just like you would bury a seed. Bury the anxiety, the fear, everything that you don't want to grow in this garden. For your hidden garden is magical. It has the ability to take all that you have let go and transmute it, change it, into the seeds of love and peace and joy. So take a moment in the stillness to begin to release all that you need to into the soil where it will be transformed. Let go and trust. Some of what you're letting go may make you feel emotional. That's okay. You're watering the garden so that it can be changed. Let go of what has limited you, but holds you back. And as you do, notice how light you are beginning to feel. How good it is to unload that and trust that it will be transformed and begin to look like the beautiful garden that is within you. It is time now to return to this present moment. And as you begin to make your way back, you know that you can visit this garden at any time. Enjoy its beauty because you have cultivated. You have taken care of your garden. And you've released what needs to be changed. So you walk back a little lighter, a little freer, a little more full of joy and gratitude. To this present moment. Taking a deep breath, remembering the beauty that is within you, the garden of infinite possibilities, the garden of love that is you. I invite you to gently open your eyes and be here now. Feel much lighter, much more peaceful, much more knowing that you can visit that garden at any time. It is a beautiful garden, and that garden is within you. You get to cultivate it any way you want. So my talk today is entitled, In the Garden, a great message for this Lent season where we are preparing our hearts. We are releasing, we're letting go, preparing our hearts for the rebirth of that Christ consciousness in us. How many of you here are gardeners? Yay, a lot of you. I enjoy gardening. I haven't done a whole lot of it this time, but I've enjoyed it. I enjoy being outdoors. I enjoy the sunshine, the fresh air, and the sense of feeling like I belong. Isn't that feeling like you belong? The garden and you become one. It's so creative. It's a place where you can meditate. I love gardening. I remember first time when we moved to Florida, that we had a nice piece of property, so we decided we're going to plant a vegetable garden. And I remember how we carefully selected the spot where this garden would be at, making sure that it would receive the right amount of sunlight. And then we prepared the soil. We tilled it in, and we took out all the weeds, and we added some rich nutrient soil that we had from our compost that we had started the year before. And then we planted the seeds that we wanted to grow and making sure that there was adequate distance between them so that they can easily have space to grow. We would go out there every single day. We would water our garden. And when they started to grow, the little seedlings started to come forth. We created these little cages, to protect them from all the critters that were around. And we made sure we used only natural remedies to deter the bugs from injuring the crop that we were growing. We gave it so much loving attention, and it was a delight. I'm sure you could relate. When you would see something grow, the peppers were coming out, and the tomatoes were coming out, and the eggplant, it was just great. All that loving attention afforded us a very bountiful harvest that we were able to share with neighbors around us. So the following year, naturally, we decided we're going to plant another vegetable garden. And we did some of the things that we did the year before, but we traveled more that year. And our family, there were some emergencies that we had to tend to. And you could imagine that we weren't able to care for that garden. It was a very sad garden. It really was. And little things that did try to pull through were being eaten by the weeds, and it was just a sad garden. And so the harvest that we had hoped for never materialized. It just never happened. So why am I telling you this story? I tell you this story because in many, many ways, tending to a garden is synonymous with tending to our mental state of mind, that inner garden within us. If we wanted to grow beautifully, if we want that garden to support us with well-being and peace and joy, then we need to tend to the garden. We need to devote ourselves to taking care of what is growing in the garden of our mind. Because, Unity says that we create our life experience through the thoughts that settle in here, the way of thinking. How we will experience the conditions of this world in our lives is directly related to the thoughts that we hold in mind. And that is true whether you believe it or not. So it's really kind of important to say, hey, I need to check in every once in a while to see what's growing in my garden. Now, Jesus, our way shower, beautifully likened the kingdom of God to a seed. We all know that seeds have this incredible unexpressed potential. A little small acorn contains within itself the potential to grow into a towering oak tree. So the seed carries extraordinary latent potential. And our thoughts are like seeds. That's what they are. When the seeds of divine ideas like love and compassion and understanding and mercy and harmony and forgiveness, wisdom and generosity, when those seeds take hold in a receptive mind, the harvest that comes from that, we tend to it, will bless our lives with a sense of really well-being. And we grow spiritually. And we become a blessing to the world. That's how it works. However, if we allow the seeds, thoughts of separation and judgment and resentment and greed and jealousy and vengeance and hate, and you know what I'm getting at, right? Well, then they will grow in your mind, and they will cause you to limit yourself, cannot produce the fullest potential of what you are. They will choke the seed of the divine's ideas, and in a way they poison your garden. The Buddha said, the heart, meaning consciousness, is like a garden. It can grow compassion or fear, resentment or love. What seeds are planted in your garden? Be mindful of that. There's a great parable that Jesus shared. It's called the parable of the sower. How many of you know it? Wonderful. Well, I'm going to hear it again. It's found in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 13. And Jesus used that parable to illustrate the establishment of the kingdom of heaven within us, the kingdom of divine ideas within us, the seeds of divine ideas within us. And this is how the parable goes. A farmer went out to sow his seed. And as he scattered the seed, some fell along the path, and the birds came and ate them up. Some fell on rocky places where it did not have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow, but when the sun came up, the plant was scorched, and they withered because they had no roots. Other seeds fell among the thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. And still others fell on good soil, where it produced a crop 160 or 30 times what was sown there. So that we know that Jesus always gave us teachings that were somewhat hidden. And if we just read this and take it literally, we miss out on the spiritual truth that he was trying to convey to us. So in Unity, we always take scripture and try to interpret it metaphysically, meaning we go beyond the literal to see the spiritual significance that's contained in the story here. So this story is about our mind's receptivity. The mind is represented by soil. To the receptivity, the soil, the fertile soil that can nurture and allow divine ideas to grow, or not, depending what seeds you plant there. So the seed that fell on the pathway where there was no soil, they were eaten by the birds. And that represents a consciousness that has no soil. It's not receptive. Nothing can grow there because there's nothing there for it to anchor itself in. It's the mind that we would say is closed. It's not ready to receive divine ideas. They are too full. That mind is full of the distractions of the world. Those are the birds that come in the air. And they prevent the cultivation of a receptive mind to divine ideas because they take the seeds and fly away with it. So the seed of truth is lost because there's a lack of readiness to receive what was revealed. It shuts out ideas such as mercy and grace and the transformative power of being able to let go. Sometimes a person who is not ready, who is not receptive, is a person who may be clinging on to resentment and seeing forgiveness as a weakness rather than a strength. Someone that is missing out on the opportunity to experience the healing power of these divine ideas when they're grown in us, of mercy and compassion and forgiveness. So they cannot heal. They're not ready to heal. So the closed mind, the mind that's not ready, cannot be the mind on which these divine seeds can grow. And then there are the seeds that fall on the rocks. Now those rocks were covered with a little layer of soil, so something sprouts in there. But in the heat of the day, the rocks become so hot and the plant becomes scorched. So that represents the mind that enthusiastically accepts the seed of spiritual truth, but neglects to nurture it. Can you relate? You kind of came in and maybe you heard an inspiring talk, and you're so excited by what you just heard, and you make a determination that you're going to go out in the world and you're going to live with more compassion, more kindness. You're going to be more generous. But you didn't cultivate that spiritual idea. You didn't take time to reflect on it and pray and meditate and maybe engage in a place where it's a community of like-mindedness that can help you cultivate that seed that you have just received. So when the challenges of life come, daily living challenges, things like stress at work or personal conflicts or financial struggles, the pressures of life begin to overshadow the enthusiasm that you had, and the potential for that seed to grow withers away, because those things are like the hot rocks that scorch the little plant, the seedling that's coming. I remember that happening when I would hear something and I would be so like, it was like an awakening to this divine idea, and then did nothing with it. Did not seek more spiritual guidance. How do I nurture the seed? Show me, guide me, teach me, Spirit, to embody this divine idea as I walk gently upon this earth. Didn't do that. So the little bit that sprouted gets withered away. And then there are those seeds that fall among the thorns. They'll sprout. Yeah, they will sprout because there's a little bit more soil there. But the thorns grow much faster and more plentiful. And so what happens is that they will choke any emerging plant that's growing. So the thorns represent our entanglements. That's what thorns do. They tangle themselves around a little plant. Entanglements. The thorns are the deceitfulness of wealth, or the negative influences in our lives that perpetuate us to think in ways that neglect the truth that God is our source. Nothing out here will give you the peace and the joy that you truly deserve, that is yours as a child of God. And the more you pursue it out there, the more the thorns in your garden choke that divine idea of God in you, your source of everything. And so those things that they hold on to do not allow those seeds to be plentiful, fruitful. So an example can be a person who becomes so consumed of material success. You believe that wealth and status and possessions are the ultimate indicators of a meaningful life. So you invest a lot of energy. You got to go to work. You got to climb the ladder. You got to make it to the top. You got to get that executive position. And in doing that, you begin to lose your peace. You begin to lose your joy because those seeds that were planted in you cannot grow. You're so attached to the things of the world. And so what happens is that you convince yourself that we've convinced ourselves that there's our financial security is out there. Our status is out there. That out there, when I get everything that I'm planning for, I'm going to be pretty cool. I'm going to walk this planet feeling really good. But you don't realize that the attachments to the material things, they blind us to something much more profound, much more true. And then the negative influences begin to come in to tell you, yeah, you got to make it, you can do it, you're powerful. Now, there's nothing wrong in being successful. There's nothing wrong in achieving those kinds of things. What is the thing that you want to it's the entanglement, your attachment to that over the idea that God is your source, that God is guiding you, opening, the doors will open for you. Your success does not come from out there. It comes from within. And then you will go out there guided and led with wisdom and understanding to do what is yours to do. So as these thorns grow and they choke the seeds of truth, like God is my source, or God is the source of my unconditional love, my unconditional peace, the importance of peace and faith begin to float away. They can't grow those seeds. And the potential of this divine idea that was planted in you is stifled. And ultimately, if they fail to nurture your soul, because they cannot grow among the entanglements of everyday life. They choke the truth, and we cannot yield the fruits of the Spirit with this joy, love, peace, compassion, kindness, and so much more. So we work on releasing our entanglements so that we can allow the true potential of the divine idea that has been implanted in our garden to flourish and demonstrate fruitfulness in our lives. And then, of course, there are those seeds that fell sort of like in the lower part of the field, where there was plenty of soil, and that soil was fertile and rich. And in there, those seeds, they grew healthy, and they brought forth a good, plentiful harvest that for all to enjoy. And this represents that receptive mind, that mind that's so ready, that mind that has the good soil. It has cultivated through prayer and meditation, to reflection, to studying, through whatever that is. They are ready to receive and nurture the divine ideas that will be revealed to them. And in that receptive mind, then the hidden potential of the seed will burst forth and will bless our lives. How it works, because we've done the work, just like when we plant a regular garden. Reverend Carolyn Thomas, a Unity minister, wrote the following regarding the concept of the good soil. She said, "We know our minds as the beginning point of thought, feelings, and actions. Our minds serve us well in perceiving that which we see and hear and feel. And as we study truth and consciously explore how we connect with God, we learn that our mind becomes the common ground of God, where I and God are one. I can experience that. I can know that. I can feel that. As immeasurable as the greatness of God is, the presence of God is also in our mind, in our consciousness. It is through this presence of God in our mind that we access God. We do that through prayer. We can use and direct our mind to feel our oneness with the divine, to have thoughts of God, and to listen to the inner promptings of the Spirit, that inner promptings that guide us and lead us and show us how to be the Christ that we are. It is in this fertility of mind and consciousness, the good soil, that spiritual seeds can take hold and mature. Remember that, how powerful it is and how important it is to cultivate the soil of your mind. And the best way to do that is through prayer. It's the most powerful way to direct our mind to cultivate a receptive mind, a mind where these seeds of divine ideas can grow. And then when they're growing, then we move through life with a sense of confidence, with ease and grace. For we know where we are, God is, and all is well. So if you don't have a consistent prayer life, I encourage you to begin today to be consistent in your practice. It helps you examine what is growing in the garden of my mind. And then our spiritual tools of denial and affirmation will help us tend to that garden. Denials will give you the authority to release any power that you have given to any false thoughts that are beginning to take root in your consciousness. And affirmations will be the seeds of spiritual truth that you can plant in the soil of your receptive mind. So an example of a denial can be, I release the thoughts that I don't have enough. How many times do we say that? I don't have enough time. I don't have enough rest. I don't have enough blah, 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 you know? I release that thought. I release that thought. I will not let it have power over me. How can those things be true when God is my source? So I then go in there with my affirmation. There's no possibility that I can lack anything because God is my source. And then I begin to focus on that truth. I focus on that truth. And then as I focus on that truth and I allow it to kind of settle in my heart and my mind, I then go into the stillness and the quietness where Spirit will show me, show you how to cultivate that seed, how to nurture it and allow it to grow. Spiritual leaders from all walks of life, all walks of faith, have taught that we must guard this mind. Guard this mind. Unity is telling us that the seeds of divine ideas, the seeds of spiritual truth already exist within us. Jesus said that the kingdom of God is within you. And he likened the kingdom to the seed, and the seeds are all within you. And they exist within you as pure potential. And ours is to discover them and allow them to take root in our receptive mind through prayer and meditation. We're cultivating the soil. And when we do that, oh, glory be. When we do that, then nothing out here can disturb that beautiful garden within you where there is peace and where there is joy, where there is kindness, where there is compassion, where there is generosity, where there is a free-flowing ability to forgive and more. And then you will walk this world gently, powerfully, shining your light, the light of love that will make a difference. That's how we make a difference. It starts here with us. Cultivating a mind that is receptive to divine ideas and then nurturing them. So my prayer for you, my friends, my deep abiding prayer for you and for myself, to be mindful, to be the gatekeepers of that inner garden within you. Tend it with prayer. Make sure your soil is fertile to receive the divine ideas and pull out the thorns that don't belong there, so that you can create a beautiful garden in your mind, where you can create the conditions from which the seeds of truth will flourish, and your life will be blessed, and you will be a blessing to the world. Namaste.
It's like a diamond ring, it's a precious thing. And we never want to lose it. It's like a favorite song we love to sing. Every time we hear the music, we're in this this love together. We got the kind that lasts forever. Ba 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 doo doo doo. We're in this love together, and like berries on the vine, it gets sweeter all the time. It's like a brand night, just light. Ooh, it's so romantic. We got the whole thing working out so right. And it's just the way we planned it. We're in this love together. We got the kind that lasts forever. Ba 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 boo doo doo doo. We're in this love together, and like berries on the vine, it gets sweeter all the time. This love together, we got the kind that lasts forever. Ba 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 doo 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 doo. We're in this love together, and like berries on the vine, it gets sweeter all the time. Well, thank you. Thank you.
So I'm going to ask the ushers to just come and sit up here for a moment. We're going to do something a little bit different today. So thank you, Mark. We're in this love together. We are the love that we bring to the world. So as you know, March is Women's History Month, right? It's a time where we honor the achievements and the extraordinary contributions of women in the past or even today. So I thought about that, and I said, you know, there is a woman among us that is my privilege to honor today. One of our very own that we're going to honor in this Women's History Month, and that is Dr. Doris Innes. Dr. Doris, would you come up? Come up, come up. Come up, Doris. Come. So let me tell you a little bit about what I learned about this very humble and very extraordinary woman. Dr. Doris dedicated nearly 60 years of her life to serving Roanoke Public Schools. She was one of the first African American educators in the city school system. She broke the barrier and paved the way for countless others to do so. She was recently recognized, I don't know if you've read it, in the Roanoke Tribune, and the title of that article was A Living Legend, an Education Trailblazer. And I know that her influence has extended far and wide, leaving a lasting mark on all those thousands of lives that she touched as a teacher, as a principal, as an interim superintendent. Our beloved Doris exemplifies leadership, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to education. Doris, the world undoubtedly is a better place because of your love and your light and your dedication. And so today we just want to honor you. This is just to show you our love and our appreciation for you being here with us and continuing to shine that beautiful light that you are. Thank you. Aw. Doris, would you like to say anything? Would you like to say anything? May I have the microphone for a moment? Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Luce, for such an honor. It's a humbling experience, but I certainly enjoyed every moment that I had serving the Roanoke City Public Schools. I'd like to thank my Unity Church and my Unity friends and family for being with me. I've been a member of Unity for 43 years.
Wow.
And it has been the Unity Church and family that has seen me through a lot of professional challenges as well as a lot of personal challenges. And for that, I am grateful. Every morning I get up, I say a prayer of gratitude, and I ask Spirit within to continue to guide my steps as I continue on this human and spiritual journey. And again, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Aww. So now we are ready to collect the offering. We are so blessed in this community by so many of you who share your wisdom, your love, your dedication to the mission of this church. Would you say with me our offertory blessing? Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I am open to receive. Thank you, Father, Mother God. All yours.
Don't go changing to try and please me. You never let me down before. Don't imagine you're too familiar, and I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. I took the good times. I'll take the bad times. I'll take you just the way you are. Do 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 do. Don't go trying some new fashion. Don't change the color of your hair. You always have my unspoken passion. Although I might not seem to care, I don't want clever conversation. I never want to work that hard. I just want someone that I can talk to. I want you just the way you are. I need to know that you will always be the same old someone that I knew. Oh, what will it take till you believe in me the way that I believe in you? I said I love you, and that's forever. And this I promise from the heart. I could not love you any better. I love you just the way you are.
Mark, you're such a blessing. Thank you so much. All right, now we are ready to say our affirmation of abundance. Would you say with me? Unity of Roanoke Valley is abundantly blessed. Creative people are drawn to us. Divine ideas flow through us. Financial resources bless us. And we accomplish mighty works together. And so I just have a few announcements, not a whole lot. I want to remind you that our spirit circles are going to start very soon. And there's going to be a training for those of you that are interested in becoming a facilitator. It is so easy. We give you everything. You just got to give us the place that you're going to do your gatherings at. And you could even use the church. Let us know if you want to do it here so that we can give you a space where you can do that. So that's going to happen on Wednesday, March 26th at 6 o'clock, right? So sign up. Make sure that we have all the brochures that we want to give you, all the material that you need to be able to be joyful and successful in your home groups. The other announcement that I have for you is our name tags. Don't forget to pick them up. Look how pretty they look. Name tags. And I tell you, I'm so delighted that we have them. And I want to make sure that I tell Bob Smolker how grateful we are for all the dedication that he did to help us get these name tags. So go pick them up and wear them. And finally, I want to remind you that after the service at 12:30, there's going to be a celebration of love, a celebration of love being hosted by Kim and Richard. Please come. I mean, they have a fantastic program available for you. Joe and I are going to be there. Just a beautiful time of poetry and song and just expressing how love grew in them, and then they came together. So I can't wait to be a part of that. So join us for that. And now we're ready to receive our children. Hampton, would you take us in an a cappella version? Our board rep is Carol Stockton. Meet her in the lobby. Carol, where are you? Or she may have gone to the lobby already. So meet her in the lobby. Any questions that you have, any comments, come and meet her. And anything else that you want to know about the community, visit the information table, our e-news, our website, our Facebook. Talk to any board member and know what's happening here. And now, Hampton, could you lead us in our song?
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Good morning. Please be seated. Today was our final lesson of Use the Force, Young Jedi Training, and these guys all got their Jedi Mastery certificates. So if you guys have one, hold it up and so everyone can see. Oh, they may have left them in the room. But we have some official young Jedis here, and we've got a couple little things that they're going to share with us. So we're going to start right here with Robert.
As a Jedi, I share peace, love, and truth everywhere I go.
I am one with the Force, and the Force is one with me.
And now we've got Alan.
As a Jedi, I walk in truth. I lead with kindness. I act with courage.
We are very, very proud of our young Jedi, and I hope you can join us next week for our multi-gen service, Use the Force, where we're going to be digging into each line of the Jedi Code and how it applies to our spirituality here at Unity. I hope to see you all there. We also have Rally coming up for our teenagers at the end of April. So if you are interested in helping sponsor any of our teens, please do let me know. And then, of course, Easter is coming, and we want to help our Easter Bunny friends so that we can have a wonderful Easter egg hunt. And we have some empty Easter eggs in a bin in the lobby, and if you would like to take a bag home of those empty Easter eggs and fill them up with some treats and bring them back for our Easter egg hunt, I know the Easter Bunny would be very grateful. Thank you so much for supporting YFM.
Before we sing the peace song, I just want to say an acknowledgement to Rita for so faithfully bringing us flowers every single week. Beautiful, beautiful way of decorating our... Thank you. And as you leave today, Misty has created a flower mandala right to the, as you leave the doors here to the left of you. It's beautiful. Make sure you take a look at that. And now we're ready to sing our peace song. Please stand. And Hampton will lead us in the song.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be with God as creator, God's children all are we. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment, peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
Now would you join us to say the prayer protection? The
light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Have a fabulous week. It's in my office. Just open it. Our folders are in the table side. Hey! Oh, thank you. Give them a hand. I'll see you guys next Saturday. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. One life living is you and me. Yeah. One light shining is you and me. Yeah. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. All right. One life living is you and me. Yeah. One light shining is you and me. Oh. One love love, loving is you and me, 'cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy, I just wanna shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me, 'cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy, I just wanna shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life, one life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one life, one love. One love, one life, one life, one love. All right, all right. Oh. One life, one life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one life, one love. One love, one life, one life, one love.
Break it down.
Yeah.
One light, one life, one love. God is